Here we are back with the VL. Currently got the roof stripped. Most of the rust repairs are done. I've smoothed out that lip in the engine bay. Makes it look a fair bit better, nice and neat. I've got to weld up a few of these holes I'm not going to be using. Removed a heap of tags. I've still got spot welds to grind flat. And I'm going to be replacing these sections on both sides under the battery tray with some new steel to make it nice and smooth, so there's none of this business going on here in the holes. I've tapped out so far those bumps. I've just got to try and shrink them back a bit, get them to shape right. Well, so this is what I got so far. I've made up this piece here to remove the battery issue. I'm going to weld that into there. I'll put the round on it using an electric brake. Not everyone's got one of them, but I'm lucky enough I've got one. I'll show you how I did it with that. And then this piece is exactly the same, just in reverse. It's going on this side, and I've just got to put the roll on there. So I'll show you how you do that. I just need to mark the back side of this so I knew where the roll was. Using a bit of pipe. It's a bit hard doing it with one hand. Line that up. I'll have to just do this and then show you when it's finished. A bit hard to do it with two hands, with not having two hands free. So that's it done there. They're really good, these electric brakes, because you can do things like that with them. So that'll fit into here, to that side. There's a little line that runs through there. Maybe you can see it on the camera. I'm going to have to bend both these pieces to give it that same line that's running through here. So what I did, I found that angle. I've drawn a mark on there. I then used a sliding bevel to find the angle. And then I've transferred that onto this piece of steel. And I've cut through here. And now I'll make that bend. And I'll lap that over and then cut it off later and then weld it at the right angle. So that worked quite well. That gives me that nice factory angle through here. So there we have both sides made up. Be hard to see that angle, but it's there. So I'll cut these in now and weld them up. And then we're on our way to smoothing the bay. So we've got this piece welded in. It's come pretty good. It's underneath the battery tray that I cut out. Nice and smooth. Put that line there. Just doesn't seem to show it on the camera. Got to do the other side yet. I'm going to grind this one up, finish it off, and I'll start the other side. I've just gone around and marked where this piece is going to sit. This side's all welded in on this side. I just deoxidized it, but it's come out quite crap. I've got to do it again. So I'm going to cut inside the line to give myself plenty so that I can cut and butt it as I'm going. I've just gone around and cut all that out. Now I'll go around and clean the edge up so that I can weld this in. Gone around and cleaned all of that up just around the edge. I've done both sides. Make sure you do both sides and the piece you're welding in. Make sure you clean both sides. I've got to tidy this one up, still got some texture on there, but clean both edges, both sides. It'll make a massive difference to the welds. Alright, time to start tacking it in. So what I've done, I've just placed 2 tacks there just to get it sitting in position. I'm now going to run the grinder around the edge and cut and butt it. And just keep working my way around and getting it to fit nicely. That'll give a gap between the 2 pieces of metal and get good penetration between the steel. Working my way around. Just tacking, trying to put too much heat into it, let it cool. Just going to cut this side in, and I'll work around the front. Then I'm going to start sewing it together. So I've cut and butted this in. Now I'm just working my way around stitching it. So basically I'm going about weld here, weld there, there, somewhere here, about 50mm apart. And then I'll cool it, just with an air blower. I'm making it so that it's cool enough for me to touch. If I can touch it, it's good to weld. So I've gone through and welded all that up. I've also welded a few holes up. I've got more to do, but I'll get to them. So that's both sides done. That side's finished. So we've done away with that ugly looking hump where the battery tray sat. There's a divot in there. And this side under the airbox is pretty unsightly too. That's going to look quite nice, all smoothed out. Just got to take your time with it. It's pretty easy. So there we go, we've got both sides cleaned up. Still got some other holes and things to fill. I'll weld the strut towers up and all those holes in the firewall.